Hey everyone, today I'm going to talk about parsley. Now, even though there are several varieties, with me today I have two fresh herbs. So I have the plain or flat leaf parsley, which has more of a bright green hue. I also have curly parsley in front of me, which has more of a rosette or like a dark green leaf. And then as always, I try to show you guys the dried herb form as well. Now, in terms of the culinary arts, when I was younger, I used to see parsley as a garnish on a plate, right? But truly, it does have a lot of uses that extend beyond just being a garnish. So this can be used in sauces, or you can even add it to salads, for example. Really any dish that can benefit from a pop of color or maybe an herbal flavor, for example. Now, just to kind of give you guys two ideas of how I utilize the herb, I will make a tabbouleh with it, and then I also make a chimichurri sauce. Now, in terms of some active constituents or even nutrients that it contains, it does have a substance called apple. And in terms of nutrients, the leaves do contain vitamins A, B1, B2, B3, and C. It also contains iron, iodine, phosphorus, manganese, flavonoids, and folic acid, and also potassium. So in terms of its therapeutic actions, this herb is known to be an antispasmodic, as well as an antimicrobial, a digestant, as well as an expectorant and tonic. So some medicinal uses on why someone would utilize this herb would be for acidosis, as well as anemia or even dyspepsia, for example. So when I think about the herb, I also think about like post-meal. Let's say, you maybe ate onions, you want to have fresh breath. Even just ingesting some of the leaves will kind of help to cleanse that palate a little bit. Now, because parsley does contain potassium, it actually does make a great diuretic. So this herb does have an influence on the liver, kidneys, pancreas, as well as the gallbladder. Now, in terms of preparations and how you can utilize the herb, you can either use the seeds or even the leaves to make an infusion, or you could use the root to make a decoction. You'll also find the herb as a fluid extract or even as an essential oil. Now, as always with any herb, there are some precautions and things to take into consideration. So first and foremost, if you are pregnant or you're lactating, I would not consume amounts larger than those found in food. Also, I would advise against using the herb if you do have inflammatory kidney disease. Because the herb itself does contain two compounds in particular, those two compounds may lower blood pressure or even reduce pulse. So again, with this herb, I feel like less is more. I would not overdo it. Now, I don't want to scare anyone, because if you did make tabbouleh with it, you're fine, right? But we're talking about really high doses over a long course of time. I would not recommend that. Really, anytime you cook with an herb, it's so minimal that you're going to be okay. Now, I'll also notate too, for those that are maybe on a diuretic drug from your physician, just notate that parsley can have an influence on that diuretic drug. So always just be sure to communicate ahead of time to your doctor, just to kind of get that checked, whether you can ingest the parsley or whether you should avoid it. Now, as always, I do create these videos for educational purposes only. This information is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Thank you for watching. Until next time.